The late afternoon sun hung low in the sky, casting a soft, golden glow over the landscape as you walked along the trail. The air was warm but pleasant, filled with the earthy scent of pine and the faint, sweet aroma of wildflowers. The path led to a long wooden bridge stretching across a wide, glassy lake, its weathered planks creaking softly underfoot. As you stepped onto the bridge, the water below shimmered like liquid glass, reflecting the pale blue sky and the towering silhouettes of distant mountains. The pine trees stood tall along the shoreline, their branches swaying gently in the breeze, creating a soothing hush that carried across the water. Birds flitted overhead, swallows and sparrows darting through the air, their wings catching the late sunlight. The surface of the lake rippled occasionally as fish broke through with soft splashes, and near the shallows, tiny tadpoles clustered by the reeds, wriggling in slow, deliberate movements. Dragonflies hovered in the still air, their iridescent wings catching glimmers of gold and blue, while crickets and cicadas chirped from the edges of the trail. A few passerbys strolled past, carrying fishing rods over their shoulders, offering quiet nods as they made their way toward favorite spots along the shore. Others crossed the bridge and disappeared into a nearby forest trail, where the trees grew dense and the sunlight filtered through like lace, leading them toward the base of the mountains beyond. The panoramic view from the middle of the bridge was breathtaking, the placid water stretching wide, bordered by lush green hills and crowned by the soft blue ridgelines of the mountains in the distance. The entire scene seemed to pause in a perfect, tranquil stillness. The lake lay calm and untroubled. The light wasn't harsh, but warm and gentle, casting a delicate shimmer across the water. Every ripple moved slowly, as if the lake itself breathed in unhurried rhythm with the world around it. In the distance, a range of mountains rose against the horizon, their ridgelines softened by a faint, bluish haze. The peaks stood quietly, ancient and steady, their slopes cloaked in dark forests that faded into lighter greens near the base. The scene felt timeless, a perfect harmony of earth, water, and sky. Tall pines and leafy trees framed the shoreline, their reflections blending into the tranquil surface of the lake. A few birds wheeled lazily overhead, their silhouettes graceful against the pale sky. Now and then, a gentle breeze would stir the water, sending slow ripples outward in widening circles before everything settled once again. The air was fresh, carrying the faint scents of pine needles, damp earth, and sun-warmed grass. The sounds were few, the soft splash of a fish breaking the surface, the occasional call of a distant bird, and the gentle rustle of leaves in the quiet wind. It was the kind of view that invites you to pause, to let your eyes trace the faraway mountains, to feel the softness of the sun on your skin, and to simply exist in a world that asks for nothing more than your presence. A calm lake, a mountain vista, and the serene embrace of a gentle, peaceful day. And then, in a sudden, unexpected moment, something moved at the edge of your vision. From a narrow hole between the wooden rails of the bridge, a slender, smooth-bodied snake emerged, its scales glinting faintly in the fading light. It slithered effortlessly along the bridge's edge, a silent, surprising visitor. For a brief moment, you stood still. You are caught between surprise and fascination. It was a quiet reminder that nature, even in its calmest moments, holds small, wild surprises. As the snake disappeared into the crack of the wood and the bridge fell silent again, you continued your walk, the sense of peace undisturbed. The views remained just as serene, the gentle sounds of the water and forest blending into a soothing symphony. It was the kind of late afternoon that lingered with you, a blend of beauty, quietude, and the occasional thrilling touch of the wild.